Welcome to the 7th episode of the Coaster Content Podcast. Today we have a lot of things to go over with you, not really too much big information. There is a big ride closure, which is kind of sad, but other than that we don't have too much big information, but we're going to start off in Legoland Beijing, and it looks like they're going to start breaking ground this year. They were planning to do it last year, but this year they're actually going to start building the theme park, and it looks like that'll be really cool. Legoland always does a good job on their theme parks. I want to see if this theme park will have a lot more thrill coasters, because some of the other ones don't have as many. But yeah, I like Legoland, and I think that's a cool way to get the theme park started. Next, we're going to talk about Jers Summerland, and they got the green light. They're expanding their park. A large chunk of land is going to be used for staying the night or staying at the park, but also a lot of it's just going to be used for expansion of the park, which is going to be absolutely amazing. Jers Summerland is a good theme park, so seeing an expansion of that is going to be really good. I always like seeing parks get expansions. Whenever a park is expanded, that means they get new rides. There's probably going to be a lot more people coming to the park, so things like that. It's absolutely amazing to see ride expansions occurring. Next thing we're going to talk about, Thorpe Park is going to add more single rider queues. They're doing a mass return of them. They had a test for one on the ride Saw last year, and they removed a majority of them in the year 2011, but now they're bringing them all back, or most of them back, because single ride queues are really good, because if you're there by yourself, you get to actually do a lot more rides than you would otherwise. And single ride queues is just, all in all, it's a great time and a great idea. So I would hope more parks would bring these. Like Six Flags Over Texas had a single ride queue on Runaway Mountain, and that was so useful for me to do. So that's awesome. Next, we're going to talk about Universal Orlando. They kicked off their Mardi Gras celebration. It's in the Universal Studios Park, and it looks like it's going to be a fun one. A lot of parks are doing Mardi Gras celebrations, so if you like those, then head over to Universal Studios Florida. They should have a good one for you, because Universal does everything absolutely amazing. And Parc Astérix is doing another big renovation. If you know, they have an Egypt-themed area with a B&M invert, other things like that. But now they're going to do expansion on that Egypt area. And I think their Egypt area has really good theming. They have a lot of really good quality, a lot of really good stuff in that entire area. So seeing them theming it and expanding it even more is going to be absolutely amazing. And Parc Astérix, they have a lot of good roller coasters, and hopefully this expansion gets them a whole nother roller coaster. It probably won't, but still, if it does, that would be absolutely amazing, and Parc Astérix really deserves another good one. Dutch Wonderland has an Ace East Coasters event, and they don't have that event. At that event, they are confirming that their new mystery ride for 2023 is a Zamperla teacup spinner, which is kind of like a small ride. So it's a ride, but it's not a huge ride. It's not like a roller coaster or anything. So if you like teacup spinners, Dutch Wonderland is opening a new one for you. But other than that, then you probably won't see anything else there in the year of 2023. But teacup spinners are good. At Fantasy Island in the UK, they're actually changing the log flume's first drop in part of the station. The ride is going to stay around, but they're just doing a ton of maintenance, and they're going to make it probably a lot smoother, a lot better. So if you're near that park, then know that they are but they're changing some of the stuff to make it more maintained. So if you like the log flume, then expect for it to be even better. Another thing about that park in Fantasy Island UK is they got some new track pieces on the park. A lot of people are thinking that it's going to be an addition to their Wild Mouse coaster, which that'd be cool. I think Wild Mouse coasters are nice if they can make it smooth and make it the addition well. So I guess we'll see if the Wild Mouse coaster gets that. It's a nice blue long straight track, so it's a good idea to keep an idea on this and see. Maybe, who knows, maybe they'll add another roller coaster. I doubt it's probably just an addition to the Wild Mouse, but if you like Wild Mouses, maybe there will be an addition to it next year. Another park that is doing something interesting is Six Flags Magic Mountain. They've walled off the back half of their carnival game area, and no one knows really why. The front half of the games are still open, but the back half are walled off, so maybe new attraction, maybe new carnival games. No idea what it really could be for, but that's really interesting to see that they have walled off those carnival games. I hope it's for a new ride, but probably not. Who knows, though. probably is just new games, because carnival games are always fun. But I don't know about you, I never really see many people doing carnival games at a theme park. If you do, let me know down below, because it's really interesting, because I never see that at like my home park of Worlds of Fun, but maybe people do it at other parks, so that's interesting. The theme park Futuroscope has opened with a new 4D short film. It's called Etincelle, Curse of the Black Opal, and it's like a French superhero flick. It's like kind of like Miss Marvel. It's comic book flair to it. So yeah, if you're near that park, go watch that 4D short film. It looks fun, but that's pretty much what they're doing with that. It's not too big of news, just a new 4D film. And moving on, Vekoma is placing a 10-car train. They're adding a zigzag tilted turntable ride at one of their factories. So it's not going to be a like ride at a theme park, but their factory, they're adding a 10-car train to it. And that's a really long train. It's most people think it's just a spare set of like cars, that they're not actually going to use it. And people think it's probably not the actual train for Jungle Rush, because they're opening Jungle Rush at Dream World. So people are thinking it's not that, but who knows, it might be. Another kind of bit of sad news is American Dream Mall is missed a $8.8 million service payment, and it failed to make even more of them last year, which is really sad, because this mall, if you don't know, is where Nickelodeon Universe in New Jersey is located. So Nickelodeon Universe is a really good theme park. It has a lot of really good roller coasters and rides. So seeing this mall, that means that they might not be around for too much longer. I think they will be. I think they'll find a way to get it back. But it's sad seeing them miss this payment. We don't want them to go bankrupt or anything, because it's a really good theme park, and this theme park deserves a lot. It has, like, I think the steepest drop on any roller coasters at this theme park. So I'd go help that theme park out if you can, because it looks like they do need it. Maybe they aren't making enough revenue as they thought they would. But yeah, that's the news at American Dream Mall. It's kind of sad when things like that happen. But at American Dream Mall, I haven't had a chance to be there. I'm hoping to go there in the next few years to kind of experience this ride. But all in all, I've heard it's an amazing theme park, and I really hope that they can find a way to start making more money and being able to pay off their debt. Now we're going to talk about, if you remember a few days ago, Van Egdom was a company that recently went bankrupt, and they're a water slide making company. And now the company Wiegand is going to start producing their water slides, kind of. It looks like they're going to stay separate companies, but the sales and fabrication and like the production, all of that are going to be kind of overseen and produced by Wiegand. So kind of a way for them to stay not quite bankrupt, but like get kind of back into the business and not totally go away. So that's really cool. If you like their water slides, then you'll get more experience on those. And as always, that's really interesting to see that happened. And the final bit of news we're going to cover is kind of sad. If you know the theme park Lightwater Valley in the UK, the iconic roller coaster Ultimate. This roller coaster was built by like a railroad company, so it's super interesting. It's super insane. It's like it hasn't operated since 2020 because of COVID, and then the theme park was bought by a new company, and then a ton of stuff went through. And now the theme park has decided that this roller coaster's time is done because it doesn't meet safety standards, and it would be too hard to fix up and make it meet safety standards. Yep. So it's always really sad, especially with a roller coaster like this. It looks like a really cool one. There was a lot of good theming throughout it. There have been a few injuries with deers jumping across the track and stuff because it's kind of in a really wooded area. But it's really sad seeing that. Maybe they'll find another way to build a roller coaster in that spot or something, but I honestly doubt it. There's another big theme park in that area that's kind of taking traffic away from it, so it's kind of sad. But if you liked that roller coaster, I'm sorry, it's going to be kind of gone from now on, so I'm sorry about that. But if you know anything about that roller coaster, if you have any memories, let me know down below, because I haven't had a chance to ride it or see much about it, but I've heard it's a good coaster. And it's kind of sad seeing that is closing. But that's pretty much all the news we had for today. If you have any other things that you've seen, let me know down below. And as always, have an absolutely amazing day and ride safely.